up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here, guitarjams.com, and Santa Claus brought me something really nice and early for the holidays here, and it is a Fender custom shop relic 1960 reissue Strat with you know, the worn neck and the worn back. This is called Surf Green, and a little elf heard that I'd always dreamed of having a surf green Fender Strat, and my wish came true. So anyway, this is what I'm playing now. It's pretty sweet. What I was going to talk about is hammering on the major third within your blues licks, and that sound is this kind of sound. And in the regular minor pentatonic scale, that note's not there. It would be. And that's a real bluesy sound, but when you add what's called the major third over the one chord of the blues, it's this note in there. So it really kind of makes that chord shimmer a little bit. So we're going to zoom in. I'm going to show you just a few concepts, because I know people were digging that last soloing lesson I did. So this is one concept that I talk about a lot, and it's all over guitarjams.com, you know, the website, and it's all over my intermediate DVD set, my solo techniques DVD set, and my theory DVD set, as well as all my lick related DVDs. But this is free right now, so let's zoom in and I'll show it to you. Here we go. Alright, so the progression I was playing was just a 1-4-5, or a basic 12-bar blues in the key of C. So the root is 8th fret of the E string. And I was playing, C7, and then I changed to what's called the 4 chord, which is the F9, back to the C7, and then the G9 as the 5 chord, back to the 1. Now, the problem that I have with students when I teach like one-on-one is, one of the things as a teacher that I try and do is not give too much information at one time so it can be digested. Because I get excited and I want to show you every little trick that I know, and I do want to do that with you. But what I'm going to try and do is limit the information so you can digest it. So first thing, when you're playing a blues, you can play just like that C minor pentatonic scale. With the extension run. Okay. Now let's look at that and see where all the roots are first for C. We've got, so in that position we've got the 8th fret there, the 10th fret on the D, and then the 13th fret on the B. So those are all the roots. Oops. Now this note right here, the 6th of the A, the 8th of the G, and the 11th of the high E, that's the minor third. It actually is kind of the defining note for a C minor chord. So wait a minute, but we're playing a C7, that note's in there. So what you can do is when you're playing the 1 chord, you can, one of many things you can do, there's lots of different approaches, but the one right now is to hammer on the major third from the minor third, like this. So watch, if I just go up this little box area, like starting on the A string, and I go up this little blues run right here. When I get to that, instead of instead I'm going And so what you want to do is when you hammer up, you don't want to hammer backwards. It's never going to sound good like... I mean, it's just for what I'm saying right now. You only want to hammer it up. So even when you're going backwards, like... then you can hammer it that way. Watch this. The 11th fret on the pinky, instead of hammer, you could slide it. All right? Now, if I use that extension, I hammer it right there. Then I add that, and then I could just slide it up a whole step or follow the blues notes. Same thing here. The hammer. Now keep this in mind, the minor, in the blues, the minor pentatonic, it just feels good and it sounds right over the whole thing. So that's kind of like a safety net. You can just not even worry about that major third hammer on. But to get more flavor out of that one chord, it's just the one chord. You can outline that right there, and I'll just show you a little spot I like a lot is just right in this little square box right here, like. What's cool is when it goes to the 4 chord, that's an F9 chord, you can play the C minor pentatonic for that whole 4 chord. So you can now contrast your 1 chord one of my favorite sounds, and this is just kind of like your minor pentatonic approach to it, like adding that hammer on major third, but there's so many more approaches. Watch, I'm just going to play over that a little bit, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to really emphasize that major third hammer on, but only on that C7 chord. The other chords I'm going to play just the minor pentatonic or the blues scale. there's lots of stuff like this too. On the G string, like on the 10th fret, the G, then the D, like a rollover with the finger. Then that hammer on the 8th fret, like. And then also what comes from, this is really coming from what's called the Mixolydian scale. And so there's some really nice stuff here between the 11th and the 10th on the B. There it is again. And then also there's the C major pentatonic, which is kind of where this is coming from as well. So you could play the C major pentatonic over that one chord as another approach. But that's where I talk about giving too much information. This lesson, we want to really just get used to that major third hammer on, especially in the extension. So you can see, even when the notes are going down, the hammer to that major third is still going up, like. So a good thing to practice is just that extension with the major third. And then when I talk about some different approaches, try and get that one down. And then I'd say the next one, it's just not what I'm doing in this lesson, but another one would be practicing just the C major pentatonic over the one chord instead of the hammer major third, which that note is in the major pentatonic though, but we're not just doing that bluesy sound. Instead, we'd be doing more of the C major pentatonic thing. See, there's that major third. Then you would just flow whatever, the improvising part is, what idea comes out spontaneously. But it's not, but it's an idea that you've worked on. Four chord, the C blues. C major pentatonic. C minor pentatonic. C major pentatonic. C minor. C minor over the whole thing. See that? So, you want to compartmentalize little concepts, work on them, make them musical, and then add another concept. One other quick thing on the 5 chord, you could play the C major pentatonic or the C minor pentatonic on that. Oh, and then also this, too, is the little cluster idea, where you cover the 8th fret of the G and the B, and you go like this. You hammer just that major third, but that cluster. And then this cluster, or double stop, on the 10th fret of the G and the B. And that's great for, you know, like if, let's say one guy's doing a kind of a jump blues or swingy blues. Another guitar player. F, C, G, C. See that? Which also actually means that you can do this little for F. But you don't want to do like F blues licks, but this little outline will work. And then G, F, C. Because when you play that, it's also kind of an arpeggio of that 7 chord. So it does work to do that approach over the 3 blues chords. So you can see blues is actually, there's more to it than just playing the pentatonic over it. But it's a great way to start learning is just by getting your pentatonic pretty good first. All right, so food for thought. Have fun with that.